Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, it's Banlist season. They just dropped a new one, which, just cliff notes. They banned Verte, which is good. They brought they brought back some oldie but goodie cards too, which is even more interesting, even though they're not going to see as much play as they would have back 10 years ago. Let's get into it, all right? The Forbidden list is first because I know that that's mainly what people care about. Auroradon, Meow Mew, Prank Kids Meow Meow Mew, and Verte and Akande, all three banned. Mecha Fan Beast Auroradon is a linchpin in a lot of Synchro Circle Jerk setups. Meow Meow is basically the only reason the deck is good. The Prank Kid deck is good. To be clear, it's not that it's the only reason it's good. It gives it an extra level of extension that can be busted, to say the least. And Verte has been the scourge for many. It has been the reason why Dragoon was banned. It has been the reason why DPE was... People were wanting Fusion Destiny to be banned. The issue is Verte. It is similar and in similar fashion to Electromite, which is an enabler for an entire type of archetype of type of card. It's a problem, and it had to go. As much as that saddens me to say, as much as I enjoy myself playing fusion decks, and I'm a fusion deck connoisseur, it had to go. But on to the limits. We're starting with Jet Synchron, which is now more feasible because Auroradon is not a problem as much anymore. Although the fact that we still have Hulk legal, which it should be, I think we're gonna see in the near to midterm future, Kriston Hyperfabrax being banned, because these two being in the same format's a little bit rough. Perform how monkey board, it's basically one card scales, which is fine. The pendulum cards aren't scaring anybody nowadays. It's not how many monsters you can yeet out, it's what you can do with them. So this being put at one from Forbidden is not terrifying in the slightest. Apparently some of the Black Rose Dragon support's busted. I did not know this. I've been, ever since Master Duel dropped, I've been completely detached from the TCG, so apparently that is a thing. More interestingly, Yatagarasu has returned after almost two decades of being banned. It is back, and I foresee a lot of people upping the price of Yatagarasu for people to buy it and to realize that the card is shit. Which is why they unlimited it. Which is why they brought it off the Forbidden list. This card can go to 2. Hell, it can go to 3. It is just way too slow to be feasible nowadays, anyways. Kriston Hyperfabrax, I touched on this earlier. Kriston Hyperfabrax, I'm just going to call it Hulk because I'm illiterate. Hulk is basically problematic, and for the same reason that Electromite was so supportive of pendulums and Verte is so supportive of fusions, Hyperfabrax kind of does that for the synchro play style, and it is a linchpin in the synchro circle jerk over the last few years. And this being put to 1 makes sense, but nobody played more than 1 anyways. People are still going to be able to make this and go into their Borderlord Savage Dragon with 2 counters. It's to be expected. Shooting Star, though, it is again another excellent piece in Synchro Circle Jerk playstyles. It's a Foolish Burial. It's a quick play synchro on your opponent's turn. Shenanigans abound. Change of Heart's another one, like Yatagarasu. I would argue that this is more potent, and I would also argue that this I might even want to throw one in just for shits and giggles sakes because it's Change of Heart. I played this in my original Yu-Gi-Oh deck and it was a ton of fun. Nothing negative here. I'm just happy to see it back. Time Seal. This is not a good card. It is no better than Yatagarasu. It's arguably better than Yatagarasu because it's a trap, but even so, it's not going to accomplish much, if anything. Let's be real. Dynamite Knight, the True Draco fighter. I hate True Draco with a fucking passion, but the deck has been, unfortunately, lackluster over the last few years, and it's really not going to do anything that isn't going to get completely steamrolled by modern decks. Although, as far as a rogue deck can go, it's going to give a lot of rogue decks, like myself, like my Gravekeepers, a undue amount of hardship. Cyber Ninja Ben 10. This is now at 2. It was at 1. My apologies. I meant to say that. Ben 10 is now at 2. It was. I think they realized that with the banning of Eva, a lot of the issues that happened with Drytron Herald were like a lesson. So I'm hoping that this is them realizing that hopefully it wasn't as bad, and more of, because here's the thing, I play a lot of ritual decks too, and Ben 10 is very important when you're using either Drytron or incantations. So we'll see what ends up happening with it. I'm hoping it gets back to 3. I think, honest to God, they might as well just ban. They might just ban the other 2. Instead of, they could bring Eva back and just ban the 2 other Herald rituals and call it a damn day. That might be the way to go, but c'est la vie. Fire Formation tanky. This plus some of the other beast support makes sense simply for the fact that they hit the Lyrilisc monsters that were the problem, which is good. Pot of Desires is now back to what was it called? Semi-limited. I guess that they saw an absolute cratering in usage to the point where they felt like they needed to put it at 2, which I can understand. Trickstar, was that light stage? Yes, it was light stage. So this was a problem back in the day. This was just a quick way to get. It was basically it spat in the face of terraforming, and frankly, or no, that was the set rotation. This was Trickstar Burn used to be a big problem back in the day, and to alleviate that, they did this. But but Trickstar Burn is nowhere near as good as it used to be, and it's super inconsistent. So this coming back to semi-limited makes perfect sense, as well as Wall of Revealing Light, which is not a great floodgate at this point. People are packing so much backer removal at this point that attacking is by no means the main type of removal anymore. You activate this, it's not even going to be a thing. Anywho, Night Assailant. This had got an errata and should have been off the ban list a long time ago. Trishula, Dragon of the Icebearer. So this card basically is a testament to how fast the format's gotten, that they are willing to put this to unlimited. So Night Assailant and Trishula, both unlimited. As is Salamangreat, how do you pronounce that? Mirage Stalio, as well as Salamangreat Circle. With Eldritch in existence, Salamangreat as a control deck is not going to be too much, if at all, of a threat compared to what Eldritch can do, so it makes sense to bring back some of their enablers. A Hero Lives. Hero is a tier 3 deck at best. Giving them even more consistency isn't going to solve the problem of them not having great game-ending bosses. And finally, Scapegoat is now an unlimited, which to me I find entertaining and depressing at the same time that Scapegoat's back. Although the possibility of doing link setups with it and getting to a link 4 is you have to have 5 link monsters in your deck just dedicated to when Scapegoat gets off. It's not feasible. Maybe we could see it possibly with some synchro setups, but with 4 level 1 monsters, unless you got a level 4 synchro, a level 4 tuner in hand, I'm not seeing much coming from this, to be frank with you. But regardless, that is the gist of the ban list for May 17th, 2022. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you. I want to give a big thanks to everybody you see here, including Reed Savage, Mike Nicely, PT Sean, American Autopsy, Vivian Van Dan, Anthony J. Lopez, and the love of my life, Meta Pabuzi. If you care to consider becoming a Patreon, please consider checking out the link down below, which can be seen better on this screen. And I appreciate your viewership, and I will see you guys next time.